6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
That's taken on the 25. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Come on, come on. Hey.
Throwing to start the drive. Greenwood, he finds his man, complete. That's Bailey. And he goes out right around the 39.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll roll him out right. And that's complete downfield to Cooks. And he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. But we know that he can get first downs with his arm and his legs, Charles. And there, when he gets outside of the pocket, the defense has to account for both, and he's able to complete it for the first.
And he's very comfortable outside of the pocket. Some quarterbacks, that's not their thing. For him, that seems to be the #1 asset to his game. Gets out into the open field, things seem to break down the secondary a little bit, and he picks out the right target.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Back to throw. Greenwood finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Here's second and a yard. The Texans at a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. Now, they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Looking to throw. Greenwood. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. The 40. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football. Now it's Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown. Albert Wilson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Off the play fake. Greenwood. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Here we go.
So, Charles, you look at this offense. So what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off play action. Greenwood steps away. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, or probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man, don't do that.
42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they...
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from evening this one up. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second.
Here we go.
Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 7-7, our score after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. That's taken in by Higgins. He's got room at the 30, down to the 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Dameon Pierce taking the field with the rest of the Texans offense. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Looking for the out route here, and he's got Cooks. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Back to throw. Greenwood. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Greenwood. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and helped pop that ball free.
To throw on 3rd down, Greenwood. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room. Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air. And that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Why do you go out and trade for a guy like this defensively? Well, an instant impact in your pass rush is reason number 1.
And let's think about it. You want a guy who can create big plays for your team. Takeaways, fumbles, you name it. That's what you want from the big-time player on the defensive side of the ball.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now it's Burrow. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
And taken right at the 35. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Well, sometimes those punt returns can yield some unnecessary roughness penalty.
Now, I know a lot of guys, when they run a long way to execute a block or make a hit, they're going to launch it no matter what, and it can often cost them.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kttn Fairbairn comes on. And this one a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
12. 11 empty.
On 3rd down, Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Texans will take over.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake. Greenwood. He finds his man complete. It's Bailey. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready, check. Back 60.
On 1st and 10, Greenwood. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. This throw nearly intercepted. Oh, the big D lineman almost had it. But 3rd down coming up. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Holding. Defense.
So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Mixon with a first down carry. Running right through him. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Burrow. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Albert Wilson, as time expires in the first half. And the Bengals will extend their lead on the final play of the half. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered defensively. A disaster. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Greenwood. Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he'll of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun. Greenwood over the middle, complete. It's Bailey.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
62 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Over the middle, that's caught by Mechie.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Greenwood. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. O.J. Howard from 4 yards out.
And the Texans are back within a score.
They'll try and throw for it. Complete at the 1. And he'll get in for the 2 points. So that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And room there to work it inside the 25. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I see the surprise in the face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll run with Mixon. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Back to Mixon on 1st down. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Here we go, here we go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Stop.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Greenwood. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. One heck of a 3rd down conversion, 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter.
Okay, ready?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
10 through 11, 10 through 11. Go.
Back to throw again. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield, because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
Every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Tyson Anderson there to get him down defensively. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Texans. John Mechie, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. No gain on the screen there at second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Here's Thomas Mornstead now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And we'll see what he can do on the return. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Greenwood throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bailey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 77 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now an option play on second down. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw on 3rd down, Greenwood. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Down inside the 10. A good pickup there at 22.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far in this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
They'll run here with Pierce. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Damian Pierce, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans have taken a 4th quarter lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Now the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they
were expecting a pass downfield.
Well, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first. Here's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Now Burrow. It's brought in by Wilson. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. A draw play for Mixon. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Burrow. Here's Higgins out on the right side.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
First down now, but the clock continues to move.
This goes out wide from Mixon.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage.
He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Texans have just about sewn up this football game.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bailey. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Working with his 2nd and 4. Pierce now up the middle.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, plus 3.
116 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Houston, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tennessee Titans come to town. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the losses are piling up as they drop